Welcome back, everybody. Dave the Gamer here, and today I wanted to make you a guide on 9 consumables that you should probably stock up on now that will still be good into TBC. Obviously, a lot of different potions and consumables really got hit hard and got nerfed going into TBC, but there are still some that we're going to end up using, and I recommend personally, at least I'm doing this myself, I'm going to buy at least 100 of each of these. So when it comes TBC, I don't have to go back to old content to farm the materials. Or if you go to buy these materials to make this stuff, it's going to be overpriced, as you know, everybody's going to use that shit up and then prices are going to go up. Yes, you make more gold an hour in TBC, so it's not as much of a problem. But some of this stuff you could pick up pretty cheap now. I definitely don't recommend overpaying too much for some of the materials. But you'll see as phase 5 at the end of phase 6, when people aren't playing as much, they might try to unload some of their items to get ready so they have the gold to actually buy epic flying right first day. So this is where you could scoop up a lot of this stuff if they don't realize that it's still going to be needed in the TBC. So let's start off. Number 1, Brilliant Wizard Oil. So yes, there is new Wizard Oil coming in TBC, but the old version is still really not bad. It actually converts into 36 spell power and 14 spell critical hit. So it's definitely going to be very great, and that's 2 large brilliant shards, 3 fire blooms. So if you see those, make sure you pick those up. Going into number 2, Elemental Sharpening Stone. 28 critical rating. That's still something that melee is going to use, so I would highly recommend getting your hands on those. And those are 2 elemental earths and 3 dense stones to be able to make those. Looking at number 3, Free Action Potion. Requires Blackmouth Oil ×2 and Strangle Kelp. So right now, you know, we were using in some of the raid encounters. Now that everybody's pretty much geared, you don't have to use it as much in current classic, but it's going to retain its same effect going into TBC. So any boss fights that you have to worry about stuns or anything like that, you're going to want to pop that. Definitely want to have this stuff because a lot of guilds it's going to be still mandatory for some of the TBC raid fights. Going into number 4, Dark Runes. So your casters are still going to be popping some of these along with their other mana potions in TBC. I don't recommend buying these now, as you know, people, what they're going to do is come when you're maxed out level 70, you're going to go back to a Scholomance run and be able to 2-man it no problem when you're level 70 and at 60 content and really farm up those dark runes. But if you're not using them, it definitely doesn't hurt to actually hang on to them because you are going to use them later on. A brief interruption for those looking to help support the channel. Check out my Teespring link in the description. I have a ton of different designs on here. I put it all on high quality shirts, hoodies, phone covers, all kind of different things. Right now I got 4 designs and I'm going to plan to make a lot more. I think they're pretty neat and you guys might like it. I've already had a bunch of people order a bunch of these and I greatly appreciate the support on the channel. This is my favorite design, but let's get back to the video. Going into number 5, we're looking at Restoration Potions. It's going to remove any disease every 5 seconds, disease, magic, debuff, anything like that. So this is still going to be great in TBC for some of the raid encounters. You're still going to be required to be able to use this. If they're not, you know, if it's heavy dispel on your priests and your druids, they're not going to be able to keep up. Definitely doesn't hurt to have some of these on the back and save some mana for, you know, your healers. Moving into number 6, Rumsey Rum Black Label. It gives 15 stamina, which there's not a whole lot of alcohol food buffs going into TBC, and everybody, like I said, with everybody min-maxing that plus 15 stamina, I could definitely see a lot of tanks being able to use this to get that little edge in some of the harder boss encounters. And right now they're going for about 2 gold. I definitely see a lot of these different items really going up high. Once TBC's out, they see what, you know, people might forget what potions are nerfed, and then, oh shit, these ones are still good. Oh, now they're 10, 20 gold a piece. Yeah, buy this shit now. Number 7, Swiftness Potions. Never hurts to be able to, fly around the map a little bit. And there are some fights. I know one of my viewers mentioned Alar and Tempest Keep. Swiftness potions are really needed in that boss encounter. I don't specifically remember doing that boss encounter, but I've heard from several people that swiftness potions are very much mandatory during that fight. And I'm sure there's other encounters and situations that you could use this. So another one, I would definitely stock up on these. They're going to be needed in TBC. And on to 8, Elixir of Demonslayng. So with a lot of the raid bosses and dungeon bosses and pretty much a lot of things are demons, the Elixir of Demonslayer is great. It's 265 attack power. And with hunters being fixed, that also affects them too. So that's a massive potion buff when we're very limited on potion buffs in TBC. For the most part, all melee and hunters are going to be using this elixir, so you might as well get the crafting materials now. Lastly, number 9, Flask of Supreme Power. And you're probably thinking, there are new Flask and the Flask got nerfed. You're correct. So, Flask of Supreme Power did get nerfed because it is fucking broken in Classic. But even going into TBC, the better version of it is only 10 spell power more. So for the first couple weeks, months, when Fel Lotus are very scarce or very high in price, if you're able to still stock up on Black Lotus at a good price now, like I said, especially towards the end of Phase 6 when people are just getting rid of materials, they're not even thinking about it, they just need gold for epic flying, you could definitely pick up a lot of these, stockpile a ton of these flasks because they're going to be great for the first couple months of raiding until you can upgrade to the next flask. I'm sure there's more consumables I might have missed. I would love to hear your guys' feedback down in the comments. These are the first 9 that popped in my head as I was running around fishing today. And I just wanted to make a guide so people aren't getting rid of these and you actually start stocking up and buying some of the materials while you still can. But as always, guys, game on.